Hey guys, how are you guys all doing today?
Hey, Monique.
Monique. Happy
Happy Saturday.
Saturday. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Isn't it weird that we're not working today? So
I
sad.
know,
A
it's
little
weird that we're
weird.
not working.
A
I
little
just
weird.
wanted to talk to you guys about how we're handling the rescheduling and the responding for COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you guys
Thanks for having
ready?
us together.
Yeah, this is great. I think we can educate our clients and maybe just help each other out with some ideas. So this is great.
I have a few people on my team, so I'm able to reschedule to some dates. I haven't had too many issues so far. I've just been trying to respond to the best of my ability and try to make it as smooth as possible for them. And I know that you were talking to me the other day about soft hold. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so something that a few of my clients have been doing is reaching out to their venue and sometimes their photographer too, just to find maybe 2 or 3 dates that work for them. And then getting their venue to soft hold. So pretty much what that means is they kind of put those 2 dates on hold for you for a 48 or 72 hour period, and then that gives you enough time to reach out to your florist, your hair people, your makeup people, any other vendor that would be involved. And then you can kind of get the idea of who's free on which date's going to be the best option, and then officially pick your rescheduled date. And I've actually had quite a few clients who have done this. They've reached out to me and to their other vendors, with multiple dates, and they were able to actually transfer all of their vendors and all of their invoices to their new date without losing any vendors. So it's really been working.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find
So what you're suggesting is once a bride is at the point where she's pretty certain she's going to have to postpone her date, then at that point, going to the venue, going to the other vendors, as you said, giving a couple dates as options to everybody to kind of land on something. So that's good timing. It's when you're pretty certain that it's an inevitable decision that you're going to have to make.
Yeah. I think a lot of our brides up until July have been reaching out.
Yeah.
And so far, I mean, it's been very easy to transfer them to future dates because, like Monique said, we do have the team members helping us out. They're giving us options, and the options are also realistic. It's not a Saturday in June or July. It's maybe a Friday or a Sunday, which is very helpful and more of a chance that your vendors are going to be free. So that's really helpful. And even some Thursday weddings too, which is really
I was just going to say that. Yeah. I've had a few brides thinking about Thursday weddings or Sundays where they wouldn't have normally. And they've had success transferring all of their vendors that way. Yeah.
That's really good. I find those are dates too that most likely your vendors will all be available, right? Because they're kind of an off time. Saturdays are so hard. I'm in the position as well, same, I know we all are, that we all have teams with us. So that is really helpful because I've had a lot of postponed weddings that are still on a Saturday, where my team has been really great. And I'm so grateful for them because they can come in and take those over, right? Because there's only so much of us to go around. So no, we try. So that, I think that is really helpful. And doing a soft hold is such a great idea. And even are you doing soft holds into 2021? Yeah.
How long are you holding those dates for?
Generally with my clients so far, it's been a 48 to 72 hour period. They're able to kind of figure out who's free, what's the best date, and then they officially transfer to that date. And it's heartbreaking to kind of transfer your date and not have what you thought you would have, what you've been planning for. But I mean, we need to just kind of make it, or try to make it as stress-free as possible. And I find that when brides have been doing that kind of soft hold, for that period, it's just been really quick, very easy. They're transferring everything, and then they're happy, and they're just kind of like, I'm so glad this is like done with. I can relax now. I can just enjoy the summer, and just kind of be done with this and focus on like self-care and doing things that they want to do.
Yeah. And I find doing something like a soft hold on maybe like 2 dates or something. Like Shannon and I actually, we had a bride that together, we have a bride together this year, and she did that, and it was like done and over with it within like a 24-hour period. And I found it was just so smooth, because you're going in and saying, okay, what vendors are available for this date and this date, and then you can weigh it out, right? So you can be like, okay, well, most are this date, or they're all this date, and instead of being like, okay, this is my wedding, let's try to figure it out. And we can figure it out. It's just a bit more like on our end, a scramble, right? We can figure it out, I should say. Sometimes it's not possible, but for the most part, which I've been finding, is I'm trying, obviously, is my hardest to make it work for brides, because we can totally understand the position that they're in.
Right. You guys were just brides. You know all about it.
Yeah, I know. My heart honestly goes out to these girls, because it's you plan for so long, and something like this that is so out of anyone's control. So I think, that, at least I know, Angela, probably same for you, like, because we just went through that. I find that I'm just trying. I'm like, I am trying to do everything I can. Like, I'm up at night. I'm like trying to think, okay, what can we do? How can we arrange things? And I know something that I'm doing is just transferring deposits. I know, which I've heard, and everybody runs their business so different, is I haven't been putting down deposits on a new date. Like, I just take what they've done, take what they've paid, and let's transfer that to a new date after they've picked, so that it's secure. They can move on. It's like, okay, we're in, we're out. Don't think about it anymore. Worry about everything else, right?
Right. Something that I've been doing actually has worked really well is that if I'm not available that date, but I'm available for a few hours, sometimes I just go and I do the bride. I just go and I do the bride and the mom. Yeah. And that's how I've been transferring it. So lucky to have a team that I can actually, like, trust them to go do the rest of the party. I can go do the wedding I'm already booked on. Maybe it's a Saturday in 2021. And then I'm able to, yes, that's a lot of driving for me, but I'm noticing that in 2021, there's multiple days on Saturdays that I will have to do 2 weddings. But I'm happy to accommodate that bride, because they chose you in the first place. And, that way they're even they're a little bit more happy with the situation, and how, at least they're getting their service done by you. And they have been nothing but positive in the way that they're responding. So that just makes me happy, right? So
it's a huge honor. It's a huge, it's a huge honor that somebody reaches out to you at all to come and service their special day, right? Yeah. So I think, keeping that, honoring that promise to at least the bride is amazing,
And there's a way to do it, right? Like being flexible, and maybe just like the timing, or just saying, like, I can come, but it's gonna be between this time and this time. And like, there is ways to make it work. I think we're all just trying our best and giving options, which is at this point all we can do, because we're taking it literally day by day.
And booking by booking.
Yeah, we've never been in this position before, so, and hopefully never again. So, just saying, okay, here's a few ways we can do this, and having that communication with the bride, and seeing what she's comfortable with, right? It's all moving parts.
And flexibility is such a huge thing too. Like, just like you guys are saying, kind of being flexible. Maybe you were going to get her ready at 9:00 and now you have to get her ready at 8:00. Like, it's just like that flexibility and timing on like our end and their end is really, really helpful to really make all those like puzzle pieces kind of come together and just make everyone, like, every bride happy, because that's really what we love doing, right? Is we just love to, like, make brides smile on their big day, and we want to be part of that.
That's why we do what we do. We just really cherish the experience, connecting with these brides and making them happy, seeing their vision come to life. And it's, again, it's such a privilege, right? And
that's why I don't mind just going and doing the one person, you know, at least I get to see her on that day, and that I know that that's going to be worth it. Even though I might be up at 4 a.m. I mean, we're always up at 4 a.m. anyways. I've been sleeping in a little too much these days. I'm sure you guys
I know.
have
How will we go back to waking up early? This is just
I
gonna
don't know.
We're going
There's
to do like a prep,
I'm gonna be
a week-long prep of just practicing.
dry runs.
keep waking up at 3 a.m. for a whole week and doing our makeup that early and see what happens.
Yeah. But
Shannon,
I think just a message that I would love, you know, all of our brides to know is, you know, we've said it before already today, but just know how important all of your weddings are to us, and how hard we are all working to try and accommodate all of the changes to make everything happen for everybody. Sorry, Alyssa, I interrupted you.
That's okay.
What were you gonna say?
That's okay. I told you guys, I'm like a shotgun. I'm trying to contain. I just had a question, how you're finding with your team members. I know you have team members as well, and how your brides are, you know, not managing, but responding to either, you know, you versus a team, or you're kind of doing the same thing that we're doing, that we're just, even if it's you both for the bride only.
I think for the most part, all of the brides that I've had to reschedule to new dates, I've been able to accommodate personally. There's just been a very small number that I've had to put my team on, thankfully. But when I've had to do that, it's been like the brides have been very responsive to that. They've been grateful for the fact that they don't have to go out and search for a new vendor. They know that someone from my team who I work very closely with is able to accommodate them, and that's a huge relief for a bride when all of these, as you said, all of these moving parts are shifting, you know, at once. It's like, you know, something they can hold on to is that, you know, we're finding a solution for them. So it's been really positive. It's been really it's been pretty smooth.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
I think with my team, same thing. Like, people have been really stepping up, really been great with doing like the soft holds. Just like, I'm just so grateful for them, and they're so talented and so amazing and so much fun to be around. So if anyone that works with me is coming in kind of in place of me, if I can't be there on the wedding day, like, I just know my brides are going to love them. So it is like a very much of a relief to know that they're still in good hands. And like, I think we're all very similar in how we sort of like our standards for our team too. Like, we constantly are like, you know, spending time with them one-on-one, training them. Like, we're always kind of talking about like new products with them and stuff like that too. So everyone's like skills are amazing. Everyone's kits are amazing. So it really is a very seamless transition if someone does need to take over.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it too, right? Is the team, and like that, if we have trust in them, and we have trust in our team and our you know, artists that work alongside us, like that's huge, right? And just kind of explaining that to brides and showcasing their work, and that's a massive thing. Because then, you know, okay, they're going to go in and they're going to do a great job, and they're going to love them, like you said, and it makes it like, you're like, okay, I can breathe for this client. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah,
absolutely. I find that like, I spent hours with these girls, you know, training them and stuff, and it's not going to waste at all. You know, like, now more than ever, they're going to be helping me out in the future with these brides, with other brides. And I find that all that effort that I put in to educate them and show them tips and tricks is going to go even more. It's going to go even further, because now I know even more that I can trust them with these brides that I cherish so much. Like, these inquiries, everyone that comes in individually, I really appreciate. And I want to continue to satisfy and make sure all the brides and all the inquiries are happy with the work that we put out there. So they do represent us, and it does matter, right?
And
it does matter how good they are.
Yeah, we also want to like take care of each of our clients, right? Make sure that they feel comfortable, because it is such an insane thing that we're dealing with right now. Like if we can take one little bit of stress away and ensure that like it will be okay, make them feel like, okay, this is one thing I might not have to worry about because it will be taken care of. Like they're putting their trust in us, right?
Yeah.
So that's a huge other part of it. So I don't know. For my clients, I've just been trying to take them, like client by client, and just really trying to make sure that at the end, like we get to what they're okay with and comfortable and happy.
Yeah.
And I want to take care of each and every single one of these girls who are getting married and make sure their day is going to be everything they expected, even if it isn't what they had really been planning for the last year to year and a half. Right. So, because it is emotional for them as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some brides that actually a lot of them that decided to still get married on their wedding day, you know, and then do a party on the new date. So that is good in a way where
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great.
And then that way it works. Sometimes it works better, and it has worked better where I can do 2 weddings that day. Like I can just get them ready because their party isn't until 6 o'clock at night. I'm able to accommodate their whole wedding party. So I'm finding that. And then they're less stressed because they're not giving up that special day that they chose initially to get married. You know,
That's so nice.
That's a nice one too. Like it's a nice suggestion maybe to those brides if that's the way they want to go. You know, keep your date maybe, and then switch over to another date for the party part, you know?
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that I mean, you know, we're corresponding so much, you know, back and forth. It's good for us to have, you know, as we were suggesting Thursdays and Sundays and things to our brides, it's nice for us to have some different ideas to bounce off of brides too. And I'm so grateful for this community of you guys, you know, that we've been able to share these, you know, these bits of information with. So grateful for you guys.
I know, me too. Honestly, like, I'm like every week, almost how many times a week we're all talking. Like, help me out.
Bouncing ideas,
ideas, and how are you doing this and that? And I think that it's so important because you can't just do it alone. You really can't. So thank you guys for just being there.
Actually, another thing I've been doing, I know we've been, you know, talking about corresponding with our brides and emailing them and, you know, going back and forth, but I've actually been jumping on FaceTime meetings with my brides, just to kind of give them a little face-to-face time. And I think that that's been helpful for a lot of girls too, that are kind of feeling, you know, like they're floating out in this virtual universe, trying to make all these plans with these vendors. And oftentimes we haven't met them yet, right? Like we haven't actually had our bridal trials with these women. So, you know, it's nice to be able to just jump on a call and just have a little face-to-face time with them. Yeah.
I find even in this whole ordeal, I've been actually getting to know my brides. I haven't FaceTimed. I'm definitely going to use that going forward. But I find that I'm like communicating with them more than ever. So I actually feel like I know them so much more, even if I haven't met them yet for the trial. So it's been actually a good situation, you know, in a bad situation. We're making it a positive thing going forward, right?
There's so many beautiful things coming out of this, you know, kind of terrible situation. You know, there's beautiful moments, there's beautiful connections happening, you know, between us and our clients. And it's really nice to be able to like celebrate those beautiful moments and focus on them, really, because there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming together and really showing support in one way or the other in every industry and every, you know, person to person. And so that is one thing.
I think it's definitely forced us to be like more creative too, like the FaceTime thing or just finding different ways to kind of connect. Like I did have a bride that we transferred her date. I wasn't available. We had someone from my team take over, and I got that artist to recreate her hairstyle on a mannequin head, because we weren't sure if we'd be able to do a trial before the wedding date, just with the timing of her wedding date.
That's great.
So we had kind of like a tentative sort of like, we can do a trial, we'll see what happens, kind of how things unravel, but just in case we can't, like, this artist has redone your hairstyle. We know she can do it. She took pictures. The bride was thrilled with them. So it did kind of force me to come out of my comfort zone, and this artist that also like kind of recreated this hairstyle. But it definitely kind of put a different twist on like how to do a trial. Like, it was just such a weird kind of thing, but it worked out, and it definitely forces us to kind of think outside the box, and even gives us different things, like different kind of like things to think of going forward, like how our businesses will change, ways we can do things, like you said, kind of like good things coming out of bad things, and maybe we take those things forward now because they work. Like,
I love that virtual bridal trial.
Yeah.
That's what the world is right now. So I think that's a great like, you adapted so quickly. That's great. That's a great suggestion. I'm definitely going to use that as well.
And I think
there's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that need their trials and their dates, like they're maybe moving their dates to September, and they're not sure if this is going to go until the end of August. Also, not being able to have a trial date potentially. We also don't know. This is uncharted territory. So using their minds that we're able to do that service and that look that they're looking for would actually be very beneficial, I think, for most of these brides. So that's something I can use for sure moving forward.
Awesome.
I think it's something that we can even use, like if we have a bride in the future, that I know I have brides that they don't live here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
doing something like that, like taking that idea and using that moving forward is going to be so much easier, even just to, if they have a certain look that they want to see, then you just kind of whip it up, show them on a mannequin head or even a person or whatever, and send photos of that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks, Ange.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad we're like bouncing ideas off each other still. Like, I feel like it's just nonstop. It's good.
I love that Shannon's writing it down. I'm writing it down too.
I'm writing it down right now.
I've been keeping a notepad the whole time.
It's so good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we did this, and I'm excited to
Yeah.
continue. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Same time,
I'd love
same
to see your
place.
faces tomorrow. I said I'd love to see your faces tomorrow. And you know what? It gives me an excuse to put makeup on.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding that, the very few times that I have taken the time to put makeup on, I feel so great the rest of the day.
It's true.
So
Productive.
yeah.
Even if
one
I'm
little-
still in my pajamas, if I have makeup on, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, it's good. Even just to today I didn't, but shower and do your hair.
Yeah.
Oh. Who knew?
It's just so easy to not. So it's
just
nice
so
to do
easy.
it. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Let's do this again soon.
Let's do this again soon and just continue to keep it going and talk about ideas and maybe trends and have fun with this too.
Ooh, let's do it. I'm
Love it.
totally down for that.
Down, for
Okay,
sure.
thanks guys.
Okay,
Happy
bye.
weekend. Bye.
Okay, bye.